Take a look at our next little bit as we translate algebraic expressions. As we work through this and see what we have, can I translate it from words into numbers and variables? So let's take a look at what we've got. So the first thing we've got really is going to start here. Before we can get any further, we've got to kind of create ourselves a little dictionary to work with. So I've taken a few minutes, and you can pause the video to write these down as you go, but I'm just going to go through these quickly. So you've got 5 really common words: sum and total, plus and increased by and more than. One of the most important ones you need to know is sum, as that is the word that means the answer to an addition problem, and it's a pretty common word to use in the math vocabulary line. With subtraction, we've got where's the list? There's the list. And again, another really important one here is the difference, because that's the answer to the word. We've got 2 stars here, and we'll talk more about what these are later as we look at different types of phrases here. All right, for multiplication, we have a couple other ones here, and we've got, again, this time though, times is the most common, but product really makes the most sense. That's our word that means the answer. But twice and triple and of always has to do with fractions, are great ways to kind of think how multiplication can be expressed pretty easily. Division is our last set, and again, this time most important, we've got this idea of quotient. A lot of people think of groups when they think of division, and that's true, but you've got to put them into groups, separate them, divide them, split them. Okay? Those all mean the key to division. Okay? And finally, like I said, we're talking about one of the key things that we've got is these ideas called turnaround phrases. So these are key, because if I say I have $5 less than George, I don't write it as $5 minus George. I write it as what George has minus $5. So you'll see I said it $5 less than George. I switched the order as I went and read them. So that's when then subtracted from is the other one to keep in mind. So be on the lookout for those as you go. All right, so we're going to talk about how can I write an algebraic expression. So the first thing I really need to be able to do is read the problem and go, okay, I need to set up some type of let statement, some type of thing so I know what my variable stands for. So if I have $8 more than Ryan earned, one of the keys to an algebraic expression is a variable. So I've got to say let, and I'm going to say R equal Ryan's earnings. Okay? And I've got the idea of, okay, how do I set that up? $8 more than. So more than was on our list, then as addition, and then $8, here's my number. So Ryan plus 8, or I could have written 8 plus R. Either one is correct. Okay, take a moment and see if you can figure out this next one. All right, now that you've taken a look at this, again, you've got $2 less than, there's our key term phrase, and the price of a movie ticket. This is going to be my letter, so I'm going to say X this time, is the price of a ticket. I'm going to just put ticket instead of movie ticket. So I'm going to say less than, though that was my turnaround phrase that we talked about earlier, so it's going to start with X minus 2 is going to be my answer. All right, let's dig in and take a look at another style. This phrase, another algebraic expression, I've got $10 less than the original price. So here's what I need to find out. That's my unknown. I don't know what the original price is, so I'm going to say P equals. Okay? So less than, there's my other turnaround phrase, so P minus 10. Take a second and figure out how I would write 5 less than her aunt's age as an algebraic expression. All right, so we're going to say, this time I'm going to say A is equal to the aunt's age. And then, okay, so now that I've got A minus 5, because I've got, again, that turnaround less than right there. All right. Keep working already. Now let's take a look at addition and subtraction. Let's move on to another idea. 4 times the number of gallons. So I'm going to say G is gallons, the number of gallons, because that's what I don't know. How would I write 4 times that amount? Well, 4. I don't want to use an X because X looks like another variable. I could use a dot, or the best answer yet is 4G. I'm going to say 4 times G is my answer. And do the same thing as I work my way through. Right now it's your turn to figure out how would I write 3 times the number of yards in an algebraic expression. All right, so you set up as Y is yards. So we're going to say 3Y. Again, you could say 3.y. You would never say 3xy. That looks too much like 2 variables to work with. All right, let's take a look at another. Now we have a little more complex problem. I have multiple equations here, multiple steps, but I still find the first thing I do. I'm going to say let P equal the number of points. I'm going to use my hashtag, but that means number too of points. So I'm going to say that's my answer. So what am I looking at? 3 times. So 3 times the number of points. So that's 3p less than. So I did have to turn around, so I can't put 5 over here. I'm going to put minus 5. Okay? Your turn to give that one a try on the next one. All right, let's see what we've got. I'm going to say C is the cat's weight. All right, now that I have that, I can say 6 times 2 less than, so there's my turnaround phrase, and there's my other word phrase, so 6C minus 2. All right, so we've got a really good really great handle on this one. Let's take a look and build this one. So now we actually have an equivalent problem that we can use. So Terry bought a magazine for $5 and 2 bottles of nail polish. Write an expression to represent the total she spent. Well, I don't know how much nail polish is yet. I gotta wait till I have the then statement for later. So I'm gonna say, okay, let P equal nail polish price. And then once I've got this, I can create my expression. I can say, okay, 2 times the cost of the nail polish plus $5. Okay, that's my first part. Now that's my expression. Now what I know is I read then, I know how much nail polish costs. So I said nail polish price was 3, so I'm going to say 2 times 3 plus 5. And then we use our order of operations to say 6 plus 5. It cost me a total of $11 to buy 2 bottles of nail polish, or Terry, and a magazine. All right, it's your turn to give this one a shot. Milka made 5 less than 3 times the number of bracelets that Sherry made. Write an expression to represent the number of bracelets Mika made. Then find the number of bracelets Mika made if Sherry made 12. So again, we've got it then. So we've got an expression we've got to create first before we even jump into the next piece. So this time we say, okay, 3 times. So I'm going to say that B equal the number of bracelets made. Now I've got that. So I'm going to say 3B minus 5 because I got that less than turnaround phrase. Now I'm going to plug in 12. 3 times 12 minus 5 is 36 minus 5, which is 31 bracelets. So she made 31 bracelets. All right. Now I think we've got a pretty good handle. All right. Last one, I want you to give it a shot on your own. All right. All right, so let T equal text messages. And now that I've got that, I can say, got a less than turnaround phrase again, so it's going to be 4T minus 11 to get me my answer. All right. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you about any help you need on this.